Hey, everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I'm talking about this week's new comics that I picked up for New Comic Book Day, May 1st, 2019. I haven't had a chance to read these yet, but I am super excited for most of them, either to get caught up or jump right in. This Saturday, May 4th, May the 4th be with you, blah, 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 is Free Comic Book Day. So go support your local comic book shop every week, but especially this week and this Saturday. Check and see if they're having special festivities. Unfortunately, I will not be at a comic book shop this Saturday, but I will be at a comic book convention at Arctic Comic Con in Anchorage, Alaska. Go to arcticcomiccon.com, I believe is the website, if you want any information on that. I'm really excited, and I'm a little bit anxious because I got to wake up really early. My flight is in just about exactly 12 hours from right now. But I'm all packed. I'm pretty much all packed. I might I always pack ahead of time, or when I try to pack ahead of time, which is most of the time, I end up repacking an hour before I leave anyway. But I'm determined. I have my 2 suitcases. I'm not touching those again. But my backpack, which has my entertainment stuff, the stuff that I have with me on the airplane, so I can not be bored out of my mind while among other people who are trying not to be bored out of their mind. That's the bag that probably might get repacked once or twice between now and when I leave. But anyway, let's get into talking about these comics. Up first, at the top of my stack, is DC Year of the Villain. This is a special issue. I don't know a lot about it. I don't remember if I asked for this one. It was in my poll. So I can't remember if I asked for this one or if people who subscribe to a specific number of DC books just got this one anyway. But it's only 25 cents, which is a good deal for whatever it is. Like any comic for 25 cents, 20 book 5 cents, 20 cents 5 books. Anyway, I don't know. I'll give that a read, and I'll probably enjoy it. We have The Walking Dead, issue 191. I think I maybe talked about issue 190 specifically. Things are finally picking up again. And one of the letters had a really good point that they were talking about how they read everything in a week to get caught up. And now they're complaining that it's really slow. And I forget if it was... It must have been Robert Kirkman who answered it, who gave this answer. That, well, it's really different going reading it all at once and then getting 12 books a year. There's a huge difference in pace and all of that. And when there were slow issues reading, especially in the omnibus, which doesn't have any delineation between the issues, it just flows right into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. It's continuous. And when you don't have, if you're reading it like that, then it is really a big difference because you don't really notice the slow parts because you just kind of blaze right through them. And then you're right back into the action. You don't have to wait a month to see what happens next. And then if the next issue happens to be a little bit more building up to the action. So that was a very fair point. And I kind of take back my criticisms a little bit of it being really slow lately. Because thinking about it like that is a very good point. And it looks like things could be really heating up in this issue number 191. The subtitle is The Last Stand, so that sounds pretty ominous. I think I only read issue 190 last week, so it took me a while to even get to it. So maybe I should read this one this week while that one is still, the last issue is still fresh on my mind. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Urban Legends, issue number 12. I'm a few issues behind there, but we've got a decaying corpse scarecrow tableau going on this cover with crows and everything. That looks pretty intense. I've been enjoying this Urban Legends run. Then we have Tank Girl Action Alley issue number, is this 3? Maybe 4? 4. Issue number 4. Tank Girl is just awesome. Go read Tank Girl. Like all of them. Star Wars Adventures, a one-shot, Flight of the Falcon. We've got some people there in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon who are not people from movies that I would recognize, but there is a Porg in there, so it takes place after Last Jedi, but also after, I don't know who these people are. I guess I'll find out when I read it. I just got that one because I get all the Star Wars Adventures books, and I'm falling pretty behind on that. A brand new book, Goosebumps: Horrors of the Witch House. There was Download or Die. That was the last one, and then there was one right before that was, what was that? It was the House of something. I don't know. But I really liked those two, and so I saw that there was another Goosebumps run of this Horrors of Witch House, and I gotta check this out. It looks like it'll be pretty fun. If it's as good as the other ones, it's gonna be pretty good. Then we have Beneath the Dark Crystal issue number 9. This has been a pretty cool series so far. I've talked about this before, that I just love the art of this series, and the cover on this one is pretty cool. Getting close to the end. Only 3 more issues after this one. Barbarella Deja Thoris, issue number 3. I have not started reading this yet, but it'll probably be pretty cool. I don't know. Adventures of the Super Sons, also nearing the end. We're on issue number 10 out of 12. Looks like we have is that Lex Luthor Jr.? I don't know his name. He's on the cover. We have all the young villains. He's saying, with the Super Sons out of the way, Earth is ours. We've got like young Doomsday holding back Jonathan Kent back there. And I don't know if it's a young or just a regular Clayface that he's holding back Damien. And then we've got a young Killer Frost. Is it Killer Frost? Deadshot, Joker, all of them on the cover there. I need to get caught up on that one. This next one, I'm going to save that one. For last. Dead Man Logan, issue number 7 out of 12. We've got him driving past Mount Rushmore with a fifth face on the mountain. It's a skull there. Is that a specific skull? I'm not sure. And then an X on the Florida part of a very large territory in the map in the background. I don't know what that's about. I'm still very far behind on Dead Man Logan. Then we got Deadpool, issue number 12. Pretty cool cover with by Hepburn. It's got his clothes getting just like disintegrating off of his body. Kind of hot. It's weird. Hot Shots, issue number 3. I really like this book so far. What's Iron Man doing there on the cover? Did I not read issue number 2 yet? I know Deadpool came in at the end of issue number 1. So maybe I haven't read issue number 2 yet. The Dreaming, issue number 9. I'm so far behind on that. No comment on this one. Female Fury is issue number 4. I'm also far behind on this. The Escape of Mr. Miracle. Oh man, so I really should read Mr. Miracle before I continue reading Female Furies. So that's quite a lot of reading to get caught up to do, because I've only read like the first 2 out of the 12 issues of Mr. Miracle, which is a crazy amount. This is issue number 4 out of 6. So almost done with that one too. Almost complete. 2 more months. Green Lantern number 7. I've been getting the variant covers for this book. They're all pretty cool. This is the most cartoony of them so far because we've got a bunch of the animal lanterns. Is that what you call them? That's what I call them. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah, I've been liking that book a lot because it's all kinds of weird space stuff, and I love weird space stuff. Justice League issue number 23 is so far behind, but this cover is fantastic. You've got all of the heroes there with the hot girl in the back with the wings just spread out over everybody. Oh, that's a cool cover. That's a cool cover. I gotta look up. I'm gonna look inside and see who did this cover so we can we can allocate the appropriate praise to we can allocate the praise to the appropriate place. The art inside is pretty good too. Let's see, variant cover. Oh, they did the regular cover too. Jimenez and Sanchez cover and variant covers. Very cool. Good job, guys. I like it. I meant to see High Life because it looks pretty interesting, but I might not get a chance to see it because it's only playing it like 2 times each day. I didn't go see it today, obviously, because I'm getting ready for my trip, and I doubt I'm going to see it while I'm on my trip. That would be weird. Unless there's an AMC, I haven't looked into that. If there's an AMC theater, I might go like in the evening, like after the convention, because the convention ends at like 7 each day, or like 7 and 6. So there's gonna be time in the evening to go out to eat and go to a movie or something. So I might do that if there is a movie theater close by, especially if it's an AMC. And if they're playing High Life, I'll go see it. But chances are they're not. They're just going to be mostly playing Avengers. And if that's the case, I might go see that too, if it's an IMAX screen at AMC. All right, then we have Robotech number 20. No comment on that because I am so far behind. Then we have Rocco's Modern Afterlife, issue number 2. Why haven't I read issue number 1 yet? That's like top priority. Read and watch anything that's Rocco's Modern Life or Afterlife. Spider-Gwen, issue number 8. We've got a pretty cool cover. Well, it's pretty ominous. We have the Mary Janes. They're all knocked out, and Spider-Gwen looks pretty surprised. Like, what is going on? That's like that's a surprisingly expressive face for not having any facial features whatsoever. Extremely well done by this cover artist. Wow. Let me just take a peek at who that artist is. I want to give them props. Cover artist, Bangle. Bang up job, Bangle. I like it. Uncanny X-Men number 17. Still extremely far behind on that. Young Justice, issue number 5. Oh, I'm so excited. Gem World Shattered. We've got all kinds of crazy stuff going on this cover. Oh, I like it. If you haven't checked out any of the Wonder comics yet, they're all so good. Especially the Wonder Twins. But I'd say Young Justice is my second favorite so far. To be fair, Dial H for Hero only has 2 issues so far, and I've only read the first issue of that. But they're all really good. Because you also have Naomi. Naomi is awesome. And it's just the 4 for right now. But yeah, they're all great. The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 20.hu. I keep saying this every week. There's another issue in this Hunted series, and I haven't read any of it yet. Oops. And I missed this last time, or when it actually came out, and I decided maybe I should just keep getting Detective Comics, because I did get issue number 1002, and because the variant was really cool. Unfortunately, they didn't have any of the variant for this one anymore. I talked about this last week, but the 1002 had the bat armor, like blueprints on the cover. That was really, really cool. But yeah, since I have read issue number 1000, it seems like a good time to start reading. Just like I did with Action Comics. With Action Comics number 1000. Well, I may as well get start from here. Keep going from here. Because there wasn't too much of a reason to get started before that. Other than to, read it for the stories that are there. But they didn't seem like that great of starting points. Especially since I got the trade paperbacks of all those anyway. And that brings us to our final issue. I think I said that last one was my final one, but I forgot that I set this one aside to talk about last. The end of everything starts here. DCeased. On this, I think this is the main cover. We have Batman fighting off a horde of police SWAT team zombies, it looks like. And I know very, very little about this book, but I have heard that it is awesome. And it seems, even just from this cover, it seems like something that I'm going to like a lot. Maybe even more than Heroes in Crisis, which is still my favorite. Well, one of my favorites. Wonder Twins is my favorite. But my second, it looks like it might be even better than my second favorite book. And it could. There is potential that it could surpass Wonder Twins as well. But I'll have to read it and find out. I am absolutely... This one I am going to read. I'm going to read this and The Walking Dead right now when I finish reading this, recording this. So that is everything that I picked up this week. I am really excited to read most of these. There's a couple in there, like I said, that I'm so far behind on. It's going to be a while till I get to those anyway. But, oh man, DCeased. Oh, I'm so excited. Let me know which comics you picked up this week. If you've read any of these that I mentioned, what did you think about those? I was having some discussion online. I am really far behind on Doom Patrol. I apologize for that. Maybe next week I'll be able to get caught up on that. Or if I take my microphone, I might be able to record some episodes in the evenings. I could watch while I'm painting and stuff. Yeah, I was talking, so there's this WhatsApp chat room that I joined for WrestleMania to, people to kind of discuss what they're doing, try to get together. I didn't end up actually meeting anybody from the chat room, but everybody was nice to have people to talk to and hey, do you know what's going on with this or that or blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that spun off a second chat room when Endgame came out, so that we could talk about spoilers and the whole other 100 people in the chat wouldn't get spoiled if they just have these spoilers slammed in front of them in a chat room that's not related to that. So somebody started a second chat room. I joined that one, and we were talking about they were talking about DC movies, and it was a lot of people complaining about it. Not a lot of people. There was a lot of complaining about it. I don't know if it was a lot of people or just a couple of people going on their specific chat thread. But I kind of ignored it because I love all the DC movies. And even the ones that aren't as good, I still really enjoy them. And I should have thrown in there, hey, you may not like the DC Extended Universe movies necessarily, but you got to give the animated universe movies a shot because they are really, really cool and really entertaining. They're really well done. It's varied. It's not like a through line that they're trying to connect everything or anything like that. And I think that serves each individual movie a lot better because they can just adapt that comic that it's coming from. Or if it's an original thing, I'm not sure if there's any other just original things that didn't exist at all before. But I really, really like them. But I did start talking about, I was like, oh, hey, have any of you tried watching Doom Patrol or Titans? Because these shows are really, really good. And I mean, if you don't dig the DC movies, you might actually dig these because they're very different from that. But not so. It gives you kind of maybe what you actually want from the DC movies, even though I think the DC movies also give you that. Shazam was great. Have I talked about Shazam yet? Shazam is so good. It's so fun. I can't wait to get that on home video. I might see it again in the theater, but seeing Avengers so many times, it makes you tired of sitting in those theater seats. Anyway, and then just like a week ago, they added like 5,000 New 52 and Rebirth era comics. That's an insane number of comics to DC Universe, to your subscription on there. That's a crazy amount of comics, and I don't think that they're dropping up. It's not like just available for 1 month or anything like that. They're just going to keep adding and adding and adding. Like I think there's a 6-month window, 6 months after it comes out on comic book store shelves, then it'll become part of the app or something like. It's either 6 months or a year. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's so awesome. I haven't actually read any on those. It seems like it would be a lot better to do that on my iPad than on my phone. Comic reading in general, that's the case. But yeah, it was a fun discussion. It got sidetracked. It easily gets sidetracked into other things. Oh my gosh, I did this episode sitting on the floor, and now my leg is completely asleep. Oh, I need one of those medical alert buttons. Like I've fallen asleep and I can't get up. My leg has fallen asleep and I can't get up. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm a little bit bummed that I'm missing out on New Comic Book Day festivities. I think I also missed that last year because I was off seeing was it that weekend? I think it might have been that weekend. It was Backlash. I think I went out to see that. Maybe no. I think I might be lying. Oh, I did go to Free Comic Book Day last year, but I missed Batman Day and local comic book shop day. That's what it was. But anyway, if you have a comic book shop nearby, go and visit on Free Comic Book Day. To support them, buy some comics, but also you get some free comics. That's why it's called Free Comic Book Day, because there's some free comics that you can get, which is great. Oh my god, my leg is so asleep. I'm like scared to move because it's like gonna be so. You know how it is. Like just the slightest movement is like starting that. It's like I can't tell if it's like if it hurts or if it's like if it feels really good at the same time. Maybe it's both because it's like all of the nerve endings going, and it's like I don't know. All right, that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Tweet me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. Share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. And I'll be back real soon with more. What do I have coming up? I've got The Amazing Race. I've got NXT and NXT UK. I've got just those two. Just those two are the only two that I'm going to record today. But I'll post them later today. So stay tuned for all of that. Thanks for listening. I already said that. But stay safe out there, super friends. And I'll see you next time. Bye.